on the left might go down from the tank hunter section.
Oh my god.
Is on life support.
Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17 here, bringing you another COH2 replay. A little different angle today, we're going to see how this goes. With me today as my co-cast is Johnny.
Hello.
Yeah, Johnny. Anyway, this is a 2v2 on the map, Moscow Outskirts. We got ourselves on the allied team, Santa with a lot of numbers, I'll just call him Santa, and Mithrin, our Dane, who is on the Axis team.
On the Axis, for the Wehrmacht, we have Duff, Laken, and for the OKW, we have Hakuba.
Interesting. Anyway, OKW, Austere, Soviet, Brit. Good team up right now. It's been a while since I've been on this map, so I'm like, oh yeah, Moscow Outskirts? Let's see how this goes. Anyway, if you want to submit I'll point to where the camera was. If you want to submit a replay, submit to greyshotproductions@gmail.com or my Discord. I'll take a look there. I was about to be like, and as well, I'm about to be accepting Iron Harvest replays because they just added a casting feature. And then I was unfortunately reminded by the fact that it is not a casting feature by replays. It is a automatic ability feature. So units will have the ability to cast their abilities. And I'm like, oh, well, then I guess I can't do replays on Iron Harvest then. Damn it. Code 2 it is. But hey, we'll see how things go. Stern Pioneers going in for the fuel on the left-hand side. British trying to fight, but Stern Pioneers in the better cover scenario, so they're going to win that fight easily.
Sections are opening the range, trying to use their better long-range DPS against them, against the Stern Pioneers.
Yeah, and Kubel actually flanking the Vickers machine gun right now, with British infantry section trying to stop them from doing so. I think the Kubel realized the situation, like, I've made a terrible mistake, and is now trying to get and regroup with the Volk squads. But as well, we got ourselves a bit of a situation where, actually, what the hell? What is this MG doing? There's another MG right next to it. I'm talking about Duff Laken's MG in mid. He repositioned it, thank God, because that would have been really bad, but still. Not great.
Pretty sure if that Maxim opens fire on that 42, the Maxim's going to win, since A, it's in a building, and B, the 42 is not entirely in cover.
Which is weird, because he's behind a truck, but sorry, the guy in the back left is not behind cover. You're going to have to really fix that. Also, I love it how they're firing in the grill of it.
So, it works.
Yeah. Now, the other okay, so we pull on back. Commander-wise, Santa went with shock rifles, lots of fire. And Mithrin went with an anti-tank variant, but also lots of fire with the Croc. Actually, it has a lot of really interesting abilities, so hopefully that can be used effectively against anything the Germans throw at the Allies. But the Germans already cut off some Allied positions, so even if the MG grabs the fuel, they're not going to be able to get it because they need to connect this point to it. So good job on Hakuba for getting that point. By the way, I almost said Mafuba because I watched a reaction to one of the worst movies of all time, Dragon Ball, the live action movie. In the opening credits, so like Mafuba, a bunch of sorcerers, and I'm just sitting there being like, oh right, yeah, they did fuck up that. But anyway, that's my side story for the day. So, Johnny, already we're seeing the Axis doing a very good job, for the most part, of capturing a lot of key territory. What do you think the Allies are doing right and wrong in this scenario right now? Because,
well, what I think is that they're struggling in terms of field presence right now, and the Axis are using their early game advantage in field presence to dominate the flanks. Because although that Maxim is in the church in the middle, a machine gun can't advance. It has to be used as a supporting role, so there's avoiding.
The Soviet MGs would tell you, like, excuse me, sir. There was a point in time where we actually advanced just fine. By the way, we saw Mithrin throw a light gammon bomb. Unfortunately, the Volk squad just got out of the building and got back in. So, bit of a flank, bit of a dodge. Good use there. They're trying to push him out, but those Volk squads are just hard at work, just holding firm in that building, and they're killing a lot of Brits.
Although they don't have many models shooting at the infantry section, they're still in better cover. So
Yeah, fair
and
point.
now they have the SDG-44s too, so...
Yeah, the Volk squad also are now firing from both sides of the British infantry. So they're doing pretty good, but yeah, just eventually they would they gave out. We have actually a forward medical base by Hakuba, so good job there. His troops gonna be at full health. Where I think the Brits don't even have a medic or a medic squads, so that's a key issue. Luckily, the Soviets are gaining a little more ground. We can see here conscripts are, I believe, healing. No, he doesn't actually have medical supplies at base as well. So the allies are like, who needs the medical supplies? We got this. Grenadiers.
Although, with 2 squads below half health, it's kind of bad.
Yeah. The fact that they're sending, yes, British infantry, you might be dying, but it's fine. Go in the battle. You'll be okay. Sir, we're not Soviet. No, but you're fighting with them.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
By the way, MG-34 rush from Hakuba to try to counter the Brit infantry and abuse the fact that there's not a ton of green cover around here.
Hey, it worked. They held the munition point, and right now we can see here that the capture point is now open. There's a assault officer, which again, I'm actually glad to see. It's not rare, but it is definitely uncommon to see an assault officer be used by the Brits. So I'm glad that it's being used a little more. Still needs to get a kill, but you know.
I mean, it's a good close-range superiority squad. However, it's only good if you use it in cover and try to use it. But you know.
Yep.
That's
By the way, if you heard that, don't worry. They're about to get Mifa on a walk, and by God, Mifa does not like to go on a walk.
Poor Corgi.
She will sound like she's dying, but honestly, she is totally fine. I just got a Corgi, for those who don't know. She is 11? No, she's about to be 12 weeks, so. And she's adorable. But anyway, on the left-hand side, Southern Pioneers grabbing the fuel. Actually, Soviets did grab the fuel on the right. Unfortunately, though, well, overall capture points are definitely in the Germans' favor. Oh, we do have 5-man British infantry squads fighting the Volk, but that Volk just chilling around the building. I love his maneuverability here. He's just causing so much havoc by being in that building, and his reaction time is so good.
Still no medical kits either, so these infantry sections are basically going in half-cocked.
Yeah, they're definitely going into a situation where it's they are meant to die, and I don't think the Brits really feel good about that strategy.
Although it looks like the sheer weight of fire is going to force those Volk out of the building, since 3 squads are opening up on them.
Yeah, that'd be like telling the Brits at Dunkirk, hey, we're not actually going to pull you off the beach, kill as many Germans as you can. Good luck. We'll give you naval support. That's all you get. We're not going to pull you out, though. You have to hold this ground.
Too bad we're in the middle of Russia, so no naval support for you, Brits.
Yeah. But, actually, interesting enough, we have a Panzer headquarters being developed. So that is going down. So we could see some armor out pretty soon from Hakuba, especially with the fuel resource they're getting, which is already being used by Duff Lakin to actually push out that annoying MG that was in the church. Nice mortar, half track, and pushed it back. Also have to worry about the fire ability. But anyway, MG repositions. We do have an AT gun that's currently camouflaged via the doctrine they chose. So overall, I would say the Germans are definitely doing a better time, but you can see here Mithrin is slowly making sure his infantry is better by upping them the 5-man squads and giving them Bren guns. So we'll see if that's an effective counter long term.
It's definitely going to be a counter for the long-range solution against the Volk, but still at mid-range, it's going to be a bit squiffy.
Yeah, no, definitely. Oh my God, Grenadiers looking pretty nice. He has a medical facility at base as well, so they're at they're full health. They've been upgraded with LMGs, and now they're pushing against the Soviet position. Soviet position. Unfortunately for him, the Soviets do have an MG. But good news for Duff is the fact he has the mortar half-track, which can literally set fire to the building. So I don't think the Santa will hold that position for too long.
Also from Duff, we have a regular 251 half-track, which can either be used as a mobile reinforcement point or a flamethrower unit.
Yep.
But with triple Grens, you often see the reinforcement half-track used from it.
Yeah, also, Mithrin is putting down a mortar pit, interesting enough. He's actually, he's setting it right behind this major building, just chilling right there. Looks like he's going to try to use it to try to stop any more German advance in the region. Assault officer as well, grabbing the fuel point. So that might be double fuel. Nope, but Duff's like saying no, because he's actually pushing right now on the German held position. Soviet held position. I think that Grenadier squad was trying to go around the rifle grenade, the MG, but luckily gets suppressed. Mortar half-track, though, is nothing else to shoot. And the rifle grenade was a little weak. So, yeah, the MG is going to want to pull back. Doesn't want to be taken out by mortar fire or flanked. But no, so far, German's doing a very good job. We can definitely see here that he's adding up to a higher VP total. These allies are down 100 VP points. Weird move by Hakuba, though, putting down mines in open cover. Brits are like, yeah, just shoot him. Just shoot him. We can get him. Now, we do have a bit of a battle on left-hand side. Lots of Volk versus Brit infantry section at weaker health, and some assault officer and Royal Engineer squad. Nice fire grenades, gonna burn him out of the building. Not building, sorry, the cover. Light Gammon Bomb, though, hurts the Volk. And looks like the Brits are bringing in more forces. It looks like Hakuba is gonna lose this, and yes, I like saying the name Hakuba, so I'm gonna keep calling out his plays. And the German infantry will retreat. The Brits win the battle and hold on to the fuel.
With Bren guns, it appears that the infantry sections are absolutely dominating that fight.
Oh, no, absolutely. You are not wrong. They are doing a very good job. They've been buffed up as much as possible.
We have seen Hakuba go for Overwatch Doctrine, so we could see two good counters to Brit infantry sections, be it Jaeger Light Infantry or even Obersoldaten, since he does have access to them from his Panzer headquarters.
Yes. Yeah, Hakuba, by the way, went Overwatch Doctrine, so maybe some awesome Goliaths. Definitely artillery and air support I can see. And then Duff, again, Spearhead, Mortar half-track definitely, but a lot of nice support abilities. So the more resources they have, the more airstrike stuff they can call on in, which would be horrifying for the Allies. We do have the first light armor of the game, which is surprising, because I figured Hakuba and Duff Lycan would have gone with a light vehicle, a light tank, I should say. I know they have the mortar half-track and normal half-track, but this is the first tank I believe we're seeing in the game. But and it's a T-70, which just effectively pushed back Duff's forces and is going to help him hold back this Grenadier squad and maybe even push up to grab the fuel, which would be a double fuel cap by the Allies, which would be a nice little win, and they surely do need it.
Ooh, very special here. Special Weapons Regiment from Mithrin Ardain, and already has a tank hunter infantry section on the field.
By the way, I don't know if you see his T-70 is trying to hunt down this Grenadier squad who's running for his goddamn life. Unfortunately, not able to kill it. He does retreat back to base. Another Grenadier squad gets a Panzerfaust on the T-70. We don't have a pack gun in range, but one is slowly coming on up from the top right-hand side of my screen. Grenadier squad giving chase, but they're just going to be taking shot after shot from that T-70 who's going to make it back A-okay and able to fight another day. So good little run there, I would say.
I'll be damned. There is a flame half-track in mid. I was not expecting that.
Good use. It looks like, though, right now the Soviets and the Brits have slowly more men on the field, but that could change. Support guns opening fire on the mortar pit, trying to kill it, and it's half dead. But British infantry section trying to force him back. Volk squad's kind of coming in to help counter that section. Can they actually kill the support? Oh, it's close! But no, Panzer headquarters saves the day, and the Volk squad force him back as well. Good, nice little save there. Definitely don't want to lose a vetted unit. And yeah, he made it back to base to get some heals. Now, unfortunately, with the mortar pit there and the Vickers, it may be difficult for the Volk squad to advance in that area. But they're going to try somewhere else. The assault officer is going to hide in cover, but the Volk squad is going to try to uproot him. Oh, T-70 actually going in.
Looks, Pac-40 tries to reposition, but the smoke from the mortar half-track that it dropped actually obscures the Pac-40's sight right now and stopped it from taking a single shot at it. But that Panzer headquarters still can penetrate the rear of that T-70, so it's tearing it apart.
Yeah, if he gives chase against that mortar half-track, he's done. Yep. When people say the Panzer headquarters gun is worthless, I'm like, have you seen it versus light vehicles and T-34s? It can kill Soviet armor like no one's business.
Well, in terms of T-34s, it'll put it in the range of a Faust very easily, which is the important part.
Yep. Shock troops giving chase against the Grenadiers. And yeah, Grenadiers immediately like, we're out. No way we're doing shock troops. And to be fair, I don't blame them. Santa, by the way, and I think Mithrin? No, Mithrin has actually the ability to get armor out momentarily, which is good. Just nothing like a Comet or a Churchill. Hakuba is getting a Panzer IV, but an OKW Panzer IV. So it'll be a different variant, a better variant. And weirdly enough, I don't think, Johnny, I've mentioned this, but the Kuba's still alive after 15 minutes. That's a bit of an achievement.
Yeah, well, while it may be alive, it's got no kills. Right? Yeah, still no kills. So
that's a fair point.
Yeah. Shock troops getting absolutely torn apart, or set on fire, melted down.
I'm
They do
glad you
manage to
saw
throw a
that.
grenade on the flame half track, which
I'm
will
glad
put
you-
it in range if it gets hit by the AT gun to die. But
Yeah, it's one of those situations where it's like, well, this grenade will save us. Okay, new plan. AT gun, get in position. It's like, sure. It's gonna be a minute. Okay. As long as you get the, nope, mortar half trick escaped. Damn it. Oh, we have a Bofer? There's a Bofer on the field now guarding the fuel on the left-hand side. And with the allies firmly holding right, Axis are definitely on the back foot right now. That Panzer IV is going to need to do a lot of work.
well, the thing I'm noticing, Mithrin Ardain does not have a heavy AT. It does not have a AT source that isn't his anti-tank section, so that no AT gun, which is a very important thing to have, even if you have an anti-tank section. You need an AT gun.
Yeah. Bofer, it looks like, is auto-firing through the brush, and Volk Squad trying to capture that point, and does manage to, which will actually cut off the resource on left, which is very, very good. Panzer IV strolling on up, and I'm just going to say probably going to do a lot of damage versus the infantry section directly in front of it. And yeah, it's blasting chunks away of the infantry section, managing to push them back. But Piat-equipped infantry section are moving on in, trying to push back the Panzer IV. They do throw an AT grenade, and it's enough to work to bring down its engine and its health down to like 40%.
Yeah, with no AT gun, not a lot of follow-up there, and that Panzer IV is taking chunks out of that section, so not much they can do.
No, it's doing work. It's doing a lot of very, very good work, which is awesome to see. And again, the Panzer IV is going to be out of commission. We don't have mechanized building, so they're going to have to use Sturms, and well, the Sturms is going to take a little bit of time. Meanwhile, there is another Panzer IV that was on the right-hand side, but it also got heavily damaged and engine critted, most likely via conscripts, I would imagine. So
I'm assuming because Santa has double Zis 3s.
Oh my god, the mortar half-track by Duff is a boss, using the fence to stop the other AT gun from hitting it, and as well, just going around the other AT gun, just killing a lot of Soviet forces. MG on very low health while the Grenadiers charge in. Again, they're running through their own fire in a bit of a mess, so they might die.
Fine, scorched earth, they'll be fine.
It's
They're
fine.
used to it.
Yeah, but mortar half-track just running rampant, but another AT gun does kill it, and while the men goes flying, mortar half-track does die. Nice little win right there. So at least they kill that unit. But the AT gun did get decrewed. A nice little German advantage will be grabbing the Soviet AT, because it is, in my opinion, probably the best AT gun in the game. The reason I say that is it is, yes, it's the only AT gun that can sufficiently hold back infantry, and that's the biggest threat to AT. It's like,
well, the thing is, though, I would argue the USF 57mm is better, but that's just situational. One's better against infantry, one's better against tanks. So
yeah, fair point. Look, they both have their merits, and you can even say the Pac 40 has merits because of the ability to button, or not button, but to what's it called?
Gunshot.
Yeah, they essentially can stun that armor and possibly get another shot in, so it can definitely help. All right, bit of a British push, but again, Panzer Headquarters and MG34, like, I'm sorry, what are you doing? Yeah, get out of there. Panzer IV, I think, trying to break that Bofer, which if they do, could collapse the left, which would be a nice win for Hakuba.
Still no AT gun, though, from Mithrin, so this Panzer IV is having free reign until that other section gets here.
Yeah.
Even then, that section's on low health, so risks getting smacked by that Panzer IV like it just did.
Mithrin upgrading to go with Hammer, so that way he can get himself a Comet. Not a bad strategy, because we're seeing a lot of Panzer IVs. So if the Allies can deploy something that can easily beat a Panzer IV, they're in the clear for at least dominating the field with armor. T-34 being brought up by Santa, I'm assuming just to have some armor in the meantime. So good little. I'm assuming that's a tag team play right there. So good coordination in that regard.
105mm howitzer from Hakuba next to his medical. This is the risk you take when you go for emplacement in stationary gameplay. You risk getting artillery to death, which is what looks like it's happening.
And that artillery is about to break that MG if they don't get out of the building like now. Like, it's so low on health. One more already shot and he's a goner. So luckily he realized the situation and gets out. Mortar pit though. Yeah, it's Vet 3 with 4 kills. Go figure that one. But at the very least, it you know, it's still holding strong. They could brace, try to make it survive a little longer. Infantry section taking a full Panzer IV shot to the face and dying. Let's see. Yeah, Vicar. Wait, that's the thing about Mithrin. If you're gonna go for a Comet, that's fine. Just make sure you have a sufficient AT, and I think that's the one thing he's lacking. Whereas Santa doing a great job with his AT in terms of having double. So that way, if one dies, he still has another one to bring in and kill that armored.
Santa has a very nice, varied army in terms of anti-infantry and anti-tank potential, and he's now getting T-34s, which can serve both of those roles. So he's doing a very nice job in terms of managing his army.
Yeah, no, he's doing a sufficient job in that regard. And hopefully he can continue to manage. The only thing I'll say is if you can keep them alive, that would be beneficial. More incendiary artillery.
Panzer IV on the left might go down from the tank hunter section.
Oh my god.
Panzer IV is on life support.
Run, Panzer IV! Oh!
Oh no! Oh.
Died via Piat. What a disgraceful way to go.
The Piat's wasn't a bad anti-tank source.
No, but it's not exactly the best. Like, if you ask me what's better, the bazooka, the Panzerschreck, or the Piat.
We don't take a Panzerschreck, okay?
Yeah,
we all know.
I would take a bazooka over that. Hell, I would take that over even PTRS rifles, honestly. No, sorry, PTRS rifles I would take over a Piat, honestly. Just because I don't like the arc. I don't like the noob tube-esque like shot that it does. But whatever the case may be. We still have one Panzer IV on right, by the way, but again, it is fighting two T-34s, which means it's slightly outgunned, in my opinion. It's going to need something else to back it on up. The counter would be Mithrin, while having a fantastic infantry game, did lose all of the fortifications on the left-hand side, which is definitely going to open up Mithrin to some hell if Hakuba can either counter the infantry in some capacity or keep advancing or bringing out more armor before that comet comes out. But actually, we may not be seeing a comet. We may be seeing a Churchill.
Maybe a crocodile rush.
Yeah, sorry, crocodile. Thank you.
Get it now. Airborne or sector assault being launched on the right flank, trying to stop the T-34 advance, who quite clearly just does not care for that Panzer IV, but those Stukas do care, and that T-34 is down.
Yep, nice shot with the Panzer IV neutralizing it. Air Force doing a lot of good work right now. And yeah,
no anti-aircraft from either player, so best thing to do in this scenario, just abandon that area. Although it looks like Duff is trying to steal all the Zis guns he can. He's decrewed both of them, so it looks like he's going to try to steal them.
Hey, that's a good find. Again, take the AT guns. Why not? Especially if the enemy's deploying mass armor or medium armor. And I guess the T-34 is the weakest medium tank, so yeah, those AT guns will definitely do a lot of good work. At least holding him back, but they're gonna. The big thing is, does Hakuba have a lot of AT? And he has one Rakenwerfer. That's it. He's going to need a lot more if he wants to deal with that Croc. And even though he's doing mass Panzerfaust, that Croc will burn through his infantry. He's already gotten 7 kills. He's probably going to kill the Vet 5 Volk squad at this rate. They're running through fire. Yep, there goes one.
Oh, there he goes. The other one is at long life support.
Yeah, it's not looking good. So
barely gets out of flamethrower range.
So the artillery gun is repositioning, but he does have veteran C to do like a direct fire option. So yeah, not gonna work in that regard. Luckily, his teammate does. So if the Churchill maybe goes for Duff, he'll be in a better position. Which I could be wrong, but I also think Duff is going to attempt to get a Tiger just based on the manpower and fuel saving on up. But that is. Not a mixed bag, but I would definitely say an interesting choice. Because I kind of figure a Panther might be a little better in this situation. Tiger's fine, but I kind of put the Tiger as a better Panzer IV rather than a better Panther.
The argument for the Panzer IV or the Tiger tank over the Panther would be made because the fact that he took both the Zis guns from the Soviet. He has 3 AT guns now.
That's a fair point. That's a fair assessment, I would say. And right now the Soviets are killing more infantry. So yeah, but the thing is, it's going to take time, and he needs it out now. So he better do something clever in order to get those VPs. Killing a lot of enemy infantry would do that. Maybe kill these conscripts or wipe them or something. T-34 though advancing behind the infantry. Panzer IV backing on up. Luckily with the mortar half track too. Glad he retreated both. A lot of times I only see a player do one.
It's Well, the thing is, though, Duff has all three of his anti-tank guns concentrated on Hakuba's side because he recognizes the huge threat known as that Churchill crocodile. Which,
Oh my god.
oh no, this is bad timing. Really bad timing. Never. Yeah, come on. Oh,
So
no.
many AT shots. That's a actually decent amount of veterancy those AT guns could get. Just bounce, even if they bounce shells, just constantly firing at that Churchill is just, you know, it wouldn't be that bad for him. But yeah, anyway, all three AT guns going to move back. I don't know what Santa's getting an SU-85, and I kind of see that he wants an effective AT, and he's also getting another AT gun. The one thing that I will say about that is the fact that while it is fantastic in regards to having a getting an SU-85, he also that would delay an IS-2.
Oh,
So.
we have a Brumbar from Duff, actually. Brumbar being made.
I mean, if he's focused on killing infantry and that's his biggest threat, then yeah, Brumbar. I think Brumbar is better than a Tiger at killing a lot of infantry very quickly, even one-shotting.
But it's a very specialized infantry killer.
That's the counterpoint. But if you're also trying to stand up to like even a small amount of AT fire from like one AT gun or one SU-85, a Brumbar can take a lot of hits. So,
Brumbar is tough enough to survive one extra hit compared to all other medium tanks.
Wait,
so.
frag bomb's coming on in.
Where?
Doesn't hit anything. The infantry retreated, so ignore it. Honestly, it was about as impactful as, well, like a movie like Gods of Egypt or Gamera Super Monster or something like that.
They don't have the munitions to throw around here. They're making barely any.
Yeah, the Germans are not in a great position right now. They've lost they've lost a good amount of territory. Duff has not been able to hold this front. While he does have a lot of infantry and the biggest army on the field right now, well, give it a minute, maybe not. Oh wait, all the Jagdpanzer are on the field opening fire. Panzer IV does die, but they're returning fire in a great number. Also, all the AT guns were out of position. I'm assuming they were trying to hit the croc, which is coming back on the left, but they're now.
The thing is, there's a bit of a gross mismanagement of manpower from Duff. Not even any caches, which is it's not okay. That's just. Resource mismanagement.
Not great. Brumbar opening fire on the support weaponry. Jagdpanzer as well backing on up from the SU-85. Again, luckily the AT gun's bouncing shells off the Brumbar, which is good. And the AT guns are all lined up to fire at that T-34 if he does charge forward. But hey, Brumbar did work. Knocked out the AT gun. So that's one less AT unit that the Allies have. And the Brumbar can dominate the right, hopefully allowing his infantry to really take that side because he needs it. They absolutely need those resources.
But with those AT guns and the Jagdpan moved to the other side of the map, that Crocodile has been given free reign to force back all the other infantry from Hakuba.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Right now, the Croc is going to be supported by a Comet soon, so that'll be a plus. But if they can use all that AT to take out the heavier vehicles, then yeah, the Mithrin's screwed. But if they keep doing the thing where the AT guns are out of position and not in a great state to really take advantage of a big bulky vehicle, then the Germans are screwed. They're going to be bled to death before they manage to turn this tide.
Although, what's strange is Santa's going for another T-34 when I think a Katyusha would be much better here since there's 3 anti-tank guns, not even an IS-2, since 3 anti-tank guns is still 3 anti-tank guns.
Yeah, I love the Vet 5 Volk squad that just murdered the MG from afar. Crocodile going to come in for revenge, but we'll see how effectively that's done. Mine being placed. They're going to do a mass Panzerfaust. I don't see why. Again, Croc's armor is pretty thick. You're going to need multiple Panzerfaust, so the best thing to do is hit it with a... Yeah, like that. Hit it with a Jagdpanzer or something, then Panzerfaust it so you can, actually...
The most important thing there, though, is the fact that he has almost no munitions. And wasting 50 munitions on 2 Panzerfausts that do nothing is quite bad in this scenario.
Yeah. Speaking of which, the Brits do manage to use their AT grenade effectively, and the Jagdpanzer is critted with an engine having some issues. Comet and Croc dealing with remaining infantry that are on the retreat. Jagdpanzer backing on up, but again being chased by a Comet. The Cannonwerfer though on standby, which is good. Volk squad coming on in. They could actually kill the Comet here if they get some pens, but nope, both bounces. and the Comet will back on up. Unfortunately, Panzerfaust is going to come in along its side. Jagdpanzer does die, but the Comet needs one last shot, and they do manage to get it with the Raketenwerfer.
That is actually, considering the fuel disparities, that might actually be a good trade in favor of the Allies. Because although not in terms of raw fuel, it's better in terms of the fact that the Allies are making more fuel and can easily replace their losses than the Germans can.
Meanwhile, we have 3 AT guns, and none of them are aiming at the current 2 T-34s. They got one lucky shot.
Curly over here trying to deal with 2 T-34s. It ain't working.
Yeah, luckily the AT guns now are in position where they can take them out. Also, I love how armor-piercing rounds being used against the T-34. It's actually doing quite a bit of damage. I don't know why he did Panzerfaust, or he needs one AT gun to shoot it. But luckily they get it, and both T-34s... Oh, wait, no, the other one escaped! Okay. The Brumbar's dead, the Panzer IV is dead, so Duff is also out of armor from that push. Okay. Not what I expected.
Understandable.
But population-wise, it's still pretty close. I still give the Allies a bit of advantage just because of the amount of infantry they have, and also a lot of really nice vetted units. Duff also has some vetted units, but unfortunately, Hakuba has either lost quite a bit or has unfortunately been able to use their units properly. Let's see. Assault Officer currently fighting the Volk. Luckily, he just got a new Volk squad and upgraded them. Is now opening fire. Should be able to win that fight with 2v1. But let's see. The one thing also, Duff has like 1900 manpower. Maybe use some of the manpower. That's just me. But I feel like that would be beneficial.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the fact that it's not being done, just like, what's your plan here? What's the goal?
Only one cache. There should be more. Like, say, next to that Panzer headquarters, or in the corner, in the far left, bottom left-hand corner.
Yeah, there should be more caches, honestly. At least to help out with the resource disparity. But luckily, the Axis did gain quite a few. And they're also flanking this MG. So that's good. Hopefully, they neutralize that before, well, Santa can react. And yeah, I'm trying to look here to see possible strategies here. We got a half-track on the field, so maybe he can drop some weapons for some of the units. Either conscript
Final charge on the munitions point.
Nope, conscript's over, man.
There's a demo on the munitions point.
Is there really? Oh my god.
Yes. Although a Grenadier squad just got shellacked by 2 T-34s rolling up to it on the top VP.
Well, it makes sense. The other oh wait, he might be Nope. He's gonna retreat with 2 T-34s chasing, so that's gonna possibly kill that unit. Wait, well, okay, only if they kind of like body block and such. Where are those 3 AT guns? Okay, 2 of them are coming up. 1 is running away, and they need to set up now, but they're still going closer. Don't understand. And yeah, the T-34 is just gonna run around AT.
Yeah,
again, maneuverability at its finest. This reminds me of like... Sorry, go ahead.
So before someone asks how to counter this situation, you don't have your AT guns in this close quarters.
Yeah, separate them greatly and then have them aim in different directions so they can't just run circles around your men. And also armor support or something else. Like another Jagdpanzer on the field, brought by Hakuba. Santa trying to get out. He might kill one of the... Nope, T-34 veteran C2 might escape here. Oh my god. No armor-piercing rounds as well. That might have killed it. Just pointing out some things. Probably not, but you know, it could have. And 2 AT guns have been decrewed. There's 1 left, but they're not able to get a final shot. So yeah, he's able to escape.
Reinforcements are ready.
All right.
And weapon sections are available.
And yeah, left-hand side, it looks like the Croc is still made. I mean, he hasn't got another Comet, but the Croc is up to Variant C2 with 22 kills. We might have a push going on here, though he probably needs that Raketenwerfer that's been decrewed to really fight that Croc. He's running into a Vickers machine gun. He does have the Vet 5 support gun, so good job there with Hakuba. Mithrin, though, having a nice Vet 3 infantry all across the board. Looking very sweet. Although the big old blob with 1 MG is not helping at all. Up, here comes the Croc.
Yeah, Panzer bounces, of course.
Yep, makes sense. Croc just, you know, having a field day. All the infantry are running away. Some of them are on fire, which is good.
This is very strange. Why would you give an assault officer a Vickers K?
You know, it could be an effective means. Or
no, it's not. It's a close range squad that can only fire that on the move or on the while stationary, and that thing's DPS is optimized for long range. You're gonna have higher DPS at close ranges with the Stens.
It makes sense if you don't think about it.
I'd understand if you give it to your sections, but like I don't. Why would you give it to an assault officer?
All right, Santa now has not 1, not 2, but 3 T-34s moving on in. We actually now have a Panther on the field by Duff.
Duff's infantry are just getting destroyed by the T-34s. That one grunt squad already bit the dust from clumping up around a corner. The second one is not having a fun day, and there it goes.
Actually, all the armor is actually pushing in on Hakuba right now. He could decisively take out a lot of Hakuba's forces that are kind of open along that flank. Panther and AT gun, though. Actually, double AT got another one crewed up. Moving into flank. Or this could be Santa's downfall if he can just annihilate all those T-34s.
A bit too many Oh! Very close to killing one of them.
Yep, he got one. That's good.
You got one T-34, but there's still 2 more. It seems a lot like the Eastern Front.
Yeah, you know. But hey, one easy, quick kill without too many... Okay, never mind. Vet 5 support gun died. That's a bit of a loss. Does it equate to killing a T-34? Depends on how much you care for veterancy and how effectively that unit was doing on it. But I would say that's still a substantial loss. So, right. And it's also weird because Santa could deploy an IS-2... But he's honestly saying, no, I don't need a heavier tank. I just need faster units, which is hilarious because, you know, World War II.
It's understandable because of the fact that there's still 2 anti-tank guns, and an IS-2 is a bit too fat to try to maneuver around those.
Yeah, and also the air support that keeps being called in is definitely not helpful. The airstrikes are easily pushing back the armor, and hopefully that allows maybe some troops to move on in and grab that territory while the armor's away. Try to, you know... help Alan out in that regard. Soviet engineers did play some caches, so it looks like the Allies are at 37 minutes being like, we need some caches.
Ooh, Vet 5 Storm Squad might go down. Just barely manages to get around the tree line.
Nice. Veteran Vet 2 on the Jagdpanzer. Comet and Croc taking substantial damage. Jagdpanzer trying to go for the kill. Croc gets a good pen along with the tank hunter infantry section. I have not really talked about that thing too much, but it has done so much in this game that I'm like, all right.
They have done very well in place of anti-tank gun, although I still would recommend an anti-tank gun and those at the same time, but I digress.
Good job with the anti-infantry section. It's done quite a bit of work there. Meanwhile, British infantry trying to hold the line against the Volk. Even the Vet 5 one is having trouble, and they pull him back. Panther now coming on over to try to finish off the units, but loses its main weapon. And the Croc and Comet will probably finish it off.
We got a ground fire here.
Oh wait, yeah, sorry.
Tactician. So.
Is this engine destroyed? Yeah, his engine is.
Yeah, the sappers threw down a anti-tank grenade.
Cool. So Croc's up to Veteran C3, gonna burn the Panther away, and Rakanwifer as well about to die. Oh my God, there's no health on it.
Come on, where's the Comet not firing? It's on hold fire for some reason.
Maybe allowing the Soviets to kill.
Oh, well, in comes the Red Tide.
Yeah. He's like, you know what? We have made an agreement. The Soviets get the final kill.
And with AT guns facing the wrong direction, those T-34s are just...
Yeah.
Cleaning up. And there it is.
Yeah, that was a clean game, I would say. The Germans did better early on, but unfortunately, it was just a matter of time before the Soviets gained ground because A, they kept their armor, for the most part, alive, which is a huge thing. They had a really good job at preservation in general, but their armor specifically, I would say, did a good job. Mithrin lost a Comet here, and Santa did lose a T-34, but, like, in general, a lot of the T-34s escaped. They did a good job maneuverability. They had some good infantry plays with their conscripts and infantry section. But anyway, let's see in detail what they did in the after-action report. So right now we're looking at Hakuba with most damage and most kills in this game. 46,000 damage, 122 kills. Mithrin on the allied team, most damage and most kills. By the way, Mithrin, thank you for submitting this replay. We double check overall personal. The allies, Santa, T-34s, 43 kills. Awesome job with them. Seriously, they did great. Mithrin, 39 kills. Never lost an infantry section. Again, they were some pretty damn fine infantry section, especially with that AT Hunter Specialist one they brought on in. But what about the Axis? How they do? What was...
For the Axis, most damage goes to... Oh, you already said most damage to Hakuba. Yeah, in most kills. It's quite... But Hakuba did not go positive in terms of the kill-death ratio, while Duff only went positive by 5 kills, which in terms of individual manpower losses per model is a huge advantage for the Soviets.
Yeah.
Since Germans are significantly higher to reinforce on their for per model than the actual Soviets are. So that's not really good.
Mm-hmm. No, good job there. What was their MVPs?
For Duff, we have his Grenadiers, of course. Lost all 4 squads. Lost 4 of the 5 squads he made of them, but they got 53 kills. So pretty nice on them.
Yeah. Oh god.
And for a Hakuba, it would be his Jagdpanzer IV. Lost 2 of them, but they still put out a decent amount of damage, trying to keep back that Crocodile and Comet. But
yeah.
In the end, it seems like it just wasn't enough.
No, not at all. Oh, could have been a lot better. Could have been a lot better. So many times those Jagdpanzers was like, oh, it's a Jagdpanzer, and it died. I'm like, god damn it. Hey, but chat, what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments down below. As well, thank you, Johnny, for helping me co-cast this. By the way, just a quick shout out. Remember, submit replays. But as well, if you want to see some stuff in regards to my live streams, I stream on Twitch. You can check me out there as well if you like this content. I play COH2, Among Us. What else have I done recently? Iron Harvest. And a few other games on stream. Fall Guys. So check me out there on Twitch. I'll link down below. But this has been Greyshot17 and Johnny. I'll see you next time. Hello everyone, before I go, I want to give a special shout out to my patrons Joey G240, Little Koosh, Milam, Ace, Anton, Bishara, Ion, PyroShark, Jakub Ocwieja. Thank you guys so very much for your amazing support. You guys are incredible. Thank you to everyone who watches. It's been Greyshot17 and his incredible patrons, and I'll see all of you next time.